got a new one. Never, ever thought I would be buying a guitar from this brand. Never thought. I had no interest whatsoever. I hated the logo. I hated the name. I, I, I hated it. And I knew what they were. They were just copies. They're just cheap copies. Never had any interest whatsoever in buying a guitar from them until I saw this one. This is such a cool color. I love green, and there's just not enough green guitars in the world. And I love the 70s, I like the 60s, I like funky colors, I like funky shapes. The SG has always been kind of a, synonymous with that 60s, 70s era of rock and roll, as much so as even the Les Paul shape. And the single cut, I should say. And this one is, well, it has that SG flare with a little bit longer, some of the SGs do have a longer top horn, but this one has a little bit more of a longer top horn. And it has that slightly offset, although on the front it doesn't look, yeah, it is offset, slightly offset waist on it. It has just these nice big beveled contour edge, and we have like a flame top image going on here in green with a darker green around it. And I couldn't pass up on it because also, I like to modify things. I like to upgrade things. And so this is one I was just like, that's worth it. Just the cool body. And it has the color going all the way up the neck as well. Binded edge of the fretboard. But, I just don't like that logo. It just looks so cheap. So, hey, this is my first guitar. And really, that's what this is supposed to be. And so it has the, double cut standard. Really just don't like that logo. But I couldn't pass up on this guitar. It just looked too stinking cool. It just looked so funky 70s. It just looks like a lizard, Just I love it. Now, if we're going to look at this thing a little bit closer, I'm noticing on these beveled kind of cutaways here on the front end, there is a little bit of like an unevenness to it, like where the line is. The line goes in the nice round swoop, and then it like does this weird angle thing. A little bit here too. But I almost don't mind it. With this guitar, it reminds me of like my 60s Tysco Del Reys and Silvertones that were, trying to get close to a identifiable product, but they weren't, and the bodies are super thin, like this, They had super thin bodies. They were just so cool, and I feel that way about this. Gives me those vibes. It just gave me all kinds of retro awesome vibes with a cool green retro, and now the idea of a lizard is stuck in my head. And so I had to get one. And then of course, I did order things to upgrade it with. I'm going to put guaranteed 100% that at the price that this came in. These are just cheap ceramic pickups and dime size pots. The cavity I saw, definitely big enough to hold full-size pots. And we'll do some upgraded pickups. I did Alnico 2 pickups, Zebra Alnico 2, and then I got nickel pickup covers. So, and full-size pots and wiring harness. So I'll upgrade this. But I actually plugged it in and played it a little bit. It doesn't sound bad. I think because the low output, it actually has like a vintage sound to it, like a very like vintage kind of classic rock sound to it. So I really do like it. The upgrade video will come later, but for now, I'm gonna mess around with this thing. And since the idea of a lizard is in my head, I think I have the perfect guitar pedal to test it with. I'm gonna do the Lizard Queen, the Electro Harmonix JHS pedal team up. As you notice, my middle knob is green. I lost the knob for it. I took this thing apart because something was loose or touching or grounding out. It was having weird, it was sounding terrible and screaming and low output with lots of noise. I don't know what was wrong, but I took it apart and then put everything back together very carefully and tightened everything up, and it worked. But in that process, I lost the center knob. So I had this kind of fat green one that I used instead. And kind of gives it a cool look. But we'll use this Lizard SG with the Lizard Queen octave distortion. We are all tuned up. We have the green burst Lizard SG going into the Lizard Queen octave fuzz pedal, and then go into that solid state 50 watt Marshall amp. And it's mic'd up to the camera. And then I also have this mic right here that is capturing my voice and going to the back of the camera, so it's going to also get some room noise too, like the ambient room noise of the sound filling out, whereas that microphone is getting the up close on the speaker. This is going to get some of that filled out. You'll get a more accurate representation of what it sounds like in a room. But for the most part, this is so far good. I've done no setup. These are the stock strings that came on it, so some cheap Chinese strings, I'm guessing. No setup, nothing. It plays decent. It could use a little bit of a setup, and we'll get all into that kind of stuff in the upgrade and modification video of this guitar. But for now, this is just a little playthrough review on this. And so far, I'm happy with for the price. I'm happy with the QC. You can't ask for much from a guitar at this price point. But visually and touch and feel, I'm happy. There's no real sharp fret ends, which are good. The paint job's good. The tuners feel decent. No real complaints. So let's get the clean sound out of the way. That's a lot of distortion. We're gonna try to... put that at noon, and we'll see if we can just... Yeah, Yeah, try to clean it up with the guitar volume. Let's clean it up a little bit more. See if we darken that. How that sounds. Well, there you have it. That's good enough for now. Leo Jaymz. Let me get my tuner off there. Leo Jaymz. But, oh, such a cool color. I can't wait to start modifying this guitar. I'm looking forward to it. Beautiful. And sounds good. Sounds good with the octave fuzz. You can do more things with this. A little bit of overdrive. It has some other good sounds in it. I honestly, stock, I think it's good. It doesn't have high output pickups, and that's fine. You don't need them for something like this. The aesthetic for me just harkens to classic rock. Lower output pickups, gain and just, overdrive on the amp, and I don't know, maybe a fuzz, a muff. It'd be fine, and it will be fine just to jam on for now with everything stock. But I got Alnico 2 pickups coming to throw them in there, and we'll have some fun with it later. But that's all for now. Overall, review, can't beat the price. Can't beat the price. Quality's there at that price point. And yeah, man, get yourself a sick looking guitar, and then if it does need a setup, have someone set it up. That's all I got to say about that. Adios.